Hi Stampers, it's 𝘾𝙧𝙚𝙚 from Stamping with Kelly, and I'm so glad that you're joining me for this live monthly online card club video. This is happening live, but you might be watching on the replay, and if you are, please comment along. I still love to hear from you, hear where you're watching from. I'm broadcasting here from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And I've been a demonstrator almost 19 years, and I just love what I do. I love that I get to share now with even more people than ever via this online platform. So thank you for tuning in. So most of the people who are watching this are going to have received this packet of cards, and if you don't have one, please reach out to me. And if you're outside of Canada, sorry, but you can still be inspired and craft along with your own supplies. But if you're in Canada, you should reach out. Why not get a packet of supplies? It's very, very easy to craft along. You can purchase this kit for $20, which comes with three cards, and then there's a bonus card if you do pick up your projects from me. Postage is included free in Canada, so I do a card for those of my close customers who want to come and pick up their projects from my front porch. I include that bonus card, and if you want that sent out, I can send it to you too. It's just a little bit of an extra charge. So you can do the class fee for $20, but the best value is to place an order of at least $35. So then you're getting the product that you want, and I get to gift this class to you with some crafting inspiration. So it is such a good time. Such a good time to order right now, because we have a special promotion that was announced yesterday. So let me just double check here. Okay. I'm live, it's working. If you guys are there, please comment along. I'd love to see that you're there with us as well. Make sure you're commenting about where you're watching from. I love seeing the reach of these videos. They go all over the world, so it's kind of fun to see who's crafting along. Okay. But what we need to talk about is a very special promotion. I love these promotions because it takes away the shipping cost when you are placing an order of at least $100. And the reason why I love this promotion so much is that it still leaves your Stampin' Rewards intact. So that means when you place an order of at least $100, you are earning a full 10% towards your future orders. That's way better than when they discount the products, right? Because then you're not paying as much, and you're just paying for shipping, and then you're not getting as many Stampin' Rewards. So this is the best kind of deal that Stampin' Up! Offers. So if you've got a few things on your wish list, if you need more adhesives, if you want to treat yourself to a special tool, or something that you've been hanging on to in the back of your mind but you haven't been able to justify, this is your time to do it. It's basically like an 11% savings. So free shipping Wednesday to Friday. That's February 18th to 20th. And in Canada, it's with a minimum $100 order, and that's after any redemptions for Stampin' Rewards. So last month we had, Stampin' Rewards, and I should say bonus days. It was called bonus days, right? Yeah, I think so. So bonus days happened last month. For every $60 order, you earned a $6 voucher. So just make sure that your merchandise total is over $100 after any redemptions, okay? And you do want to redeem those this month. We have that ending this month as well. So free shipping is with a minimum $100 order, and another promotion that we have with a minimum $100 order is my free gift to you. This is a pack of 3 spools of ribbon. It's the lemon lolly color, bubble bath, and azure afternoon. So all 3 of them are core colors that were added in this new color refresh that they did, and I just love these fresh colors. And I don't know if you can see there, but there's actually a stitching of silver that runs through the edges of those 2. It's really pretty. We're going to be using them on one of our projects tonight. So $100 seems to be kind of the sweet spot. Hey, I've got a third item that's available with a $100 order. You can purchase the product of the month with a minimum $100 order. So you'll see this when you're checking out. There'll be like a little bar along the top saying you're this close to getting the free product, or sorry, the product of the month for $5. It was supposed to be $7 and there was a misprint, so we're getting it at an even better discount. This is a pack of designer series paper, and you can see they've shown an example of a scrapbook page in there, but you don't get the scrapbook page. You get this designer series paper, and it is a full pack, so 12 sheets of 12 by 12 paper, and there's 4 designs that are double-sided, and you get 3 sheets of each of them. So this is a really great value. This would normally cost you about $20, and it's an exclusive design that's only available for the product of the month. So just make sure you got that total over $100 so that you get that free shipping. You can purchase the product of the month, and then you get your free 3-pack of ribbon spools from me and free club too. It's a win-win-win situation, right? We mentioned this already, bonus days. You just want to redeem your coupons before the end of the month, so February 28th. And those ones will take down your merchandise total, so just make sure that you're still meeting those thresholds. We also have paper pumpkin. Oh, I was sure hoping that my paper pumpkin was going to arrive today, but if you are in the Edmonton area, you know there's been a pretty big snowstorm actually. So the snow started yesterday and it just hasn't stopped. I think we've got maybe accumulated about 7 or 8 inches so far, but I will admit that I didn't do any of the shoveling. My husband's home right now, so he was out there a few times today shoveling. This is the paper pumpkin that was supposed to arrive. It's probably going to arrive tomorrow actually. And it's called Celebrate Spring. Stampin' Up! Just gives us a little preview of these paper pumpkins. So we know it's going to coordinate with the Easter Joy Sweet Collection, and we're actually going to be playing with that a little bit further on in this video here with our 3rd project. I love this sweet. It's so cute and so fresh, and so I'm really excited to see what this paper pumpkin crafting kit includes. So if you're interested, I'll do an unboxing some other time on another video here, and if you're interested, you can always purchase my extra kits that I always order. The paper pumpkin kit that you'll receive if you sign up right now is called Fluttering Garden, and that's a hummingbird theme, but it also includes an additional free stamp set. So I always like to talk about the paper pumpkins because not only are they an amazing little crafting escape, I'm going to show you, this is the one from January. It's called Special Delivery. It's all postage themed, so it's really cute. It comes with the full color instructions that show you how to make all the different projects, and for the most part it usually includes 9 projects, 3 each of 3 different designs, and it has everything in here that you need. Your first kit comes even with a block so that you can keep using that for all the subsequent kits. So you got your stamp set, so this is it here, and then this is a printed version of what the stamps are going to stamp onto your projects. And then it also includes an ink spot here, so Poppy Parade. But what I love about the stamp sets are the size of the sayings. Usually they're a little bit smaller than our regular stamp sets, so I find that they work really, really well for tags. And you guys know that for Card Club, I can't mail out stamped images because it goes against Stampin' Up's copyright policy. But paper pumpkin stamps will work nearly always on any size of the tags that I send to you. So they're really, really handy to have. You've got lots of post-it notes, or sorry, postage stamps. These are die cut, and so you just pop them out. This one here, again, is, I should say, laser cut. It isn't a die that's doing these, it's a laser. And you get a whole bunch of them because, of course, you're making the 9 different cards. You've got the printed envelopes. These are some of the card fronts. I love that, like, little postage stamp border edge. Again, those ones here, you can follow the instructions, or you can go on to get some inspiration, like from Paper Pumpkin Fan Club is an awesome one. I love going on there and seeing what other projects people are making with the same supplies in the kit, and then maybe a few extra pieces of cardstock and things like that from their collection. Ooh, gold embossed. I love that. So pretty. So it's kind of Valentine's Day themed, but I like that they didn't go all in on the traditional hearts and reds. They did that last year, and I loved that kit. But this is good for something a little bit different. So this one's called Special Delivery if you want this pack. I do have a few extras of these. Again, it comes with all the adhesives and the instructions, everything all in there. So if you are interested in that, oh, sorry, I'm trying to get you back here. I know you don't want to look at my wrist. If you are interested in this fluttering garden, just reach out to me. We can get you signed up for Paper Pumpkin and it will ship right to your door. If you sign up for at least the 3 months, then you will also get Card Club for free too. It just has to be over $35. So I'm trying to remember, I don't think the 1 month is over $35. So you could buy 1 month and then top it up from there. That's okay too. Okay, so the next thing we need to talk about is our new Stampin' Positioner, because I finally received mine in the mail. Woohoo! It was so great to see the videos from other demonstrators who overnight shipped theirs. Overnight shipping hasn't been working very well in Canada, and it's never overnight anyways. It's not a true overnight shipping. So you end up paying like 3 times as much, and then sometimes it even comes later than it normally would. So I just had to wait and be patient and do the regular post on this one. So let me take you through this Stampin' Positioner. So this is available right now for new demonstrators. So when you sign up to be a demonstrator during February, that's the month that it is right now. I almost said March. I'm getting ahead of myself here. If you sign up to be a demonstrator, it's only $135 out of pocket. That's no shipping, no GST. You get to choose out $165 of product. Plus they send you a paper pumpkin kit. And then plus this month they'll send you this new Stampin' Positioning tool, which is worth $67 as well. So that's a huge bonus to sign up as a demonstrator during the month of February. If you're interested in that or wondering what's involved with it, maybe you are worried that you have to do something like this and you do not. Your demonstratorship is whatever you want it to be. It doesn't have to be fitting any mold. It can just be whatever you want from it. It's a wonderful community of like-minded people. Crafty people are the best, I think. I might be biased, but so this base here is really solid. You've got like a nice foam backing here that's helps to even out the pressure. And you can see there's 2 sets of pegs. So there's these big ones here, and then there's smaller ones. The smaller ones work with our pack of paper. You can see there's inches on one side and metric on the other, and packs, I think there's 50 in the pack, but those little holes go right onto the posts. And I just put a little bit of adhesive. You probably saw me pulling that off, but I put a little bit of adhesive so it held down this side too. The bigger posts here work with our plates. There are 2 plates included in the Stampin' Positioning tool. The grid paper is sold separately, but otherwise everything else is included. And then there's also 2 magnets. These are super strong rare earth magnets, but unlike our last stamp positioning tool, because this isn't the first, we had the 𝙬𝙬𝙚𝙬 before. That one's no longer available. I think this is one of the biggest improvements from this new design. So these magnets are a lot smaller, a lot thinner. They've got a protective coating on them, and then they won't shatter apart. And I'm telling you, those magnets would magnify together, like magnetize. There it is, magnetize together, and they shattered. They just broke. So my previous 𝙬𝙬𝙚𝙬, you can just see here, they're just broken, just shattered right into pieces. So I think this is one of the biggest improvements. I also like that this is more vertical when you're stamping up and down. The other one was a hinge, so sometimes you get more pressure on one side of the stamp than the other as you were hinging it down. So let me show you through the rest of this. So these great magnets with these little holders are going to keep my item exactly where I want it. The grid paper I can align, and then all I did was I'm going to show you with this one actually. This is a stamp set that's coming. Can I show you it? It's called 𝘾𝙧𝙬𝙗, and you've got a row of dogs and a row of cats, a row of birds, and then some cute little paw prints and sayings to go along with it. And then the dies are just adorable. So that's coming in March. So what I did was pretend that I want to stamp the row of cats onto this little piece here. I just lay it exactly where I want it, and then I'm going to take this big plate. This big plate has 2 holes up at the top which will fit into these spring-loaded little points over here. It's not going to do anything with these pegs over there. And then on the other side are spring-loaded feet, which are going to, whoops. So this is now hovering over top of my stamp. It hasn't touched the stamp at all, and it won't touch the magnets because the magnets are thinner than any of our stamps. But when I press down now with these spring-loaded feet, it's going to pick up this stamp set. So it's going to be perfectly positioned, and I can do this every time. So one way that this is really helpful is if you're stamping something in a repeated fashion. So maybe you're making swap cards, or maybe you're like me and you never make one of a card. You always have to make, I wish I could say it was 2, but it's more like 12. Typically when I'm making a card, I'm like, well, let's just do it for 12, right? But another way of doing it is with repeating patterns. So this smaller plate is really similar but different in a few ways. So we've got the spring-loaded feet on all 4 corners, and then we've got 2 holes up here, and this is where it's going to fit into the slots, these little pegs here. So what I've gotten started here, and I didn't have time to do it today actually, is I stamped really, really lightly with ink for these dogs. Then I'm going to use my Stampin' Blends to color. I can get started here. I'll just do one. So I'm going to start with, oh, I should do a fine tip because these little doggies are so fine. I mean, they look fine. It's a finely detailed stamp is what I'm trying to say. That one's messing up for me. There we go. All right, what do I have here? Dark pecan pie and light crumb cake. Sure, that sounds like a good combo. So I'm going to do the ears with that, maybe the tail, maybe a spot on its back, and then the rest of it I'm going to color with my, this is, what color did I say it was? Light crumb cake. So I know you guys can't really see this right now. It looks like I'm coloring invisibly, but my purpose of this is to show you that you can get a really nice crisp image when you stamp over top of this. So sometimes, even when using Memento ink, which is the ink that's supposed to go along with the Stampin' Blends, you'll find that the Stampin' Blends will still move that ink a little bit. But with this application now, I can go in again with my Memento ink. This is my Tuxedo Black, and we'll have to just pretend that I colored in all those dogs. I'll have to be really careful when I'm finishing this off, or I might start from scratch again. So now that I've got that inked up, I'm going to, oops, there's a hair in there. Okay, now I'm going to put it over top, and then I just press down, and then that's going to stamp the Memento ink right over top of where I applied the color. And then you can see that it's not going to move that, my Stampin' Blends is not going to move that Memento black ink around at all. It's just a way of getting a nice crisp image. This is also great for doing a repeating pattern. So you can do a stamp there. So say you had like happy birthday and you wanted to make it so it said happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, and you can stamp it all the way down, maybe even like a rainbow of colors. So you'll see me playing with this in the future, but this is your quick tour of your awesome new stamping positioning tool. Available for purchase, I think, sometime in March, but as of right now, it's for demonstrators. And sorry, I miscommunicated that at the beginning of this announcement, and I'm sorry about that because I was on a beach in Mexico, so I was not understanding things completely then at that point either. Okay, we're going to show you, since I have you down on my desk, I'm going to show you my product shares. So this is last call for product shares. I have a couple of them left. I would love to get them in your hands while these products are still new, so that if you fall in love with them, you can purchase full packs of them. My product shares are such a great way for you to see everything that's new and exciting with these product launches. So we just had our January mini catalog come out, and there were so many things that were released at that point. So I've broken this into 4 different sections. There's a mini catalog designer series paper share that you can purchase. There's also an online exclusive designer series paper share. Then there's the embellishment share, and there's the ribbon share. So let me show you how you can get all of these, and you can even do the Gotta Have It All special. I think it's $63, and this can be mailed anywhere in Canada for $7 or less. So really reasonable, and such a great way for you to get all of the products in your hands at once. So this is how they come. This is my embellishment share. So this one gives you approximately 2 vertical columns of each of the embellishments. So it works out to basically the cost of buying 1 set of embellishments, but you get to have all of these different kinds because I chopped them all up so you can play with them. So $16 for those. You can also get, oh, I should show you something else. I do a lot of homework for you, and on my little document here, I look up all of the colors that are included in them so that you can have that for future reference too. Another way of doing the product shares is to get the ribbon. Now remember, the Gotta Have It All special gives you everything and a free gift too, which I'll show you in a minute. This one includes 6 different ribbons, and I just love the colors of this one. They're so beautiful and textured and shiny, and I don't know, they're so varied. Ooh, I was going to try and get this sorted. Here we go. So the $26 designer series paper share from the mini catalog gives you so many sheets. You can see it's about 3/4 of an inch thick. So for $26 you get 1 sheet of all of the papers that were released in the mini catalog, and again you get the list of all of the colors that are included in them. So you can perfectly coordinate your cardstock or your ink. So we've got our Valentine's Day suite, which is also good for all year round. So that one there, all those beautiful colors. This one here really caught my eye as soon as it was released. I love these green tones and all the pretty peacock. We had fun playing with these last month, didn't we? So that's another pack of paper. And again, you get double-sided, so you've got lots of options to play with it. And there's lots of layouts online too for using 6 by 6 inch paper as kind of like a what's it called when you make a whole bunch of cards? You guys know what I'm talking about, isn't it? Stamp-a-stack. Stamp-a-stack or one-sheet wonders. Oh, I'm putting these out of order now. Don't do that. It took so much time and care and effort. This is a really interesting pack. When you get it, it's all like smaller squares and rectangles of different types of patterns. So these ones work really well as layers on your projects. And then the back side, very neutral. So you've got lots of options there. This is a fun one. This is the boardwalk. And again, you might want a full pack of all of these, but some of them you might just want like a little bit of a play time with them, right? So we've got those sheets there. And then the back side, some nice soft kind of pastels. Which one was this now? Oh, this is the other Valentine's Day one. This one wasn't cut down to 6x6. This is always made as a 6x6. And then the back side, again, you've got more that you can kind of cut into just little tags or Valentine layers. This one here is called Mixed Up Patterns. Again, one that might not have caught your eye when you were looking online, but they're really great kind of neutral designs that you can use for lots of various projects. This one here is a showstopper. It's called Lovely and Beautiful, and it's a specialty pack of paper. You can see the gold on there. Look at this sheet. It's just white with gold embossing on there. So all of these sides have the gold embossing. And then the back side, we've got patterns, but no gold embossing on that side. And then last but not least, in the mini catalog designer series paper share, we've got all these Easter patterns. This one's called Easter Joy. We're going to be playing with this today too. It's almost like a vinyl feeling paper, and it really shiny, glossy, and then also has metallic embossing on there too. So that for $26 includes a whole bunch of paper. Isn't that fun? I also have one pack that I haven't cut down to 6x6. It's actually 6 inches by 12 inches. So you can get that one for $52 if you wanted to do that route. All right, there's a mini catalog. Online exclusives, I should say. And this includes 4 different packs of paper. And some of them are specialties. So like this one here, I'm going to show you the full one on our second card that we make tonight. It's just a showstopper. But lots of these with some really cool gold and almost holographic embossing. And then the back sides are all like watercolor wash. This is our pastel shimmer. Comes in 3 different colors: Pool Party, and Lemon Lolly, and Bubble Bath. I just had to look at my handy dandy notes there to figure that out. This is another one that we're going to be using tonight. It's called Lovely Blossoms. This one comes with 4 different patterns, and they are double-sided as well. And then last but not least, the Natural Hues, which includes cream, gold, and tan. And this, I don't know if you can see that, has a lot of texture in it. It looks really pretty on a handmade card. So the other benefit to the Gotta Have It All special, in addition to getting all of the designer series paper cut 6x6, 1 yard of all of the ribbons, some of all of the different embellishments, is that I'm including this $9 product for free for you. And this is so beautiful. It's a really thick paper. It's actually thicker than our cardstock. I would almost say it's like a thin chipboard. And there's just one sheet, but like I said, the quality here is what we're looking at. And this is almost like watercolor paper. It is so gorgeous. So you'll also receive this for free if you have that Gotta Have It All special. So let me know. Like I said, I only have a couple of these left. Let me know if you want just, you know, the embellishments or the ribbon or one of the paper packs, or if you gotta have that Gotta Have It All special. It's a great way of doing it. I love spoiling you with an extra product in there. Just before we get started as well, I mentioned these online. These are my adhesive sampler packs, and they include a whole bunch of goodies. And and then a custom full adhesive of your choice. So in all of these packs, I include a full Tombow, a gift of some tear and tape, and mini glue dots. These are slightly different than the ones that are sold on the roll. You get big dimensionals, mini dimensionals, black big dimensionals, black mini dimensionals, a sheet of our foam adhesive sheets. So this is like one big dimensional. You can stick whatever you want onto here, die cut it, or you can even fussy cut it and it turns it into basically like a puffy sticker. And then one of my favorite adhesives, this is the adhesive sheet. So you've got this sticky backing and a wax backing. Stick this sticky backing onto design a series paper or a piece of cardstock. You can die cut it, you can punch it, and then it turns whatever it is into a sticker. We're going to be using this on our last project, and it's a game changer for the delicate die that we're using there. So every one of these adhesive sampler packs includes those standard adhesives, and then I have a version that includes a Stamp and Seal full case, a Stamp and Seal refill. So the full case adhesive pack is $36. The refill pack is $33. You can get the full Stamp and Seal Plus for $43, or you could get the Stamp and Seal Plus refill for $36. So let me know if you want to try out all of these adhesives. You get this cute little handy dandy zipper pouch. Again, you're getting a great deal with those because you're getting the mini glue dots and the tear and tape for free. So, okay, whew, we finished. I haven't even checked if you guys are commenting along. I'm sorry. Let me go to my proper window here. Yay! Oh yeah, Donna, I know, right? I think, were you talking about the cute dogs and cats? And you love this paper. Michelle, I wish I knew which paper you're talking about, but guess what? I probably love it too. Oh, hi, Erin. Oh my goodness, you're watching. It's so good to see you. You know what? I was just thinking about you yesterday. I don't know why. You're in my head so strongly yesterday. So, wow, this is so exciting. I love seeing my friends on here. So many of my friends on here. Donna, Michelle, Erin have commented along. And please join in if you are watching. I just love knowing who's on here. Our first card that we're going to be making here is from the Mountain Majesties Paper Pumpkin. This is from May 2025, and it caught my eye immediately because it's so nature themed and grounded and, I don't know, calming, just beautiful. This one, so you might have one of each of these, either of these designs, I should say. And I've got one to show you here that hasn't been completed. And the things that I'm going to show you with that one apply to the other cards too. So let me show you the other two cards that I've made here. This is using just kit supplies with the addition of some really beautiful adhesives. These are included in my product share too. So if you like these are called the Moody Palette Glossy Dots, and the color scheme was just perfect for these. So I thought, oh my goodness, we need more embellishments. Why not, right? So one of my favorites in this kit, of course, that catches my eye is this beautiful serene mountain lake. And what you'll notice with these cards is that there's so many different layers. So you've got vellum here. I don't know if you can see, but you can kind of see my finger through it. So it's like a see-through paper. And so we've got one sheet of that, and then that goes on dimensionals behind here with a whole bunch of different layers. There is a little bit of stamping on this project here, just these little birds in the distance. If you had a pen, you could totally draw these in, right? Yeah, we know that. The stamp set that was included in this had these birds as a stamp. So you've got a big bunch of birds there, and then you've got a small quadruplet there of smaller birds, as well as some great sayings. So you mean the world to me, happy birthday, happy Father's Day, you're the greatest, best dad ever, I love you, and for a wonderful man. So I'm going to be using some of these sayings here, but you can use whatever sayings that you've got. If you're interested, I for sure have one refill of this. I'm not too sure if I have another full kit. I'm going to have to just do a little bit of an inventory. So reach out if you are interested in that. Okay, so that was the first card there. This saying is already pre-printed and included for you. And then I just put the little dots, just kind of two there, just to add a little bit of sparkle and shine to the project. This project here is very similar to the one that I'm going to be making here tonight. So it includes a few different layers. So 1, 2, 3, 4 that go over top. But let me just show you a little hint. Can I do it? Yeah, I'm doing it. The cardstock base has the layers already printed on them. So you just use that as a guide to kind of puzzle piece your pieces together. So this one had the stamping of the big bird flock and then the smaller flock. And then you're the greatest on a tag. And then I just put the little dots on there. Then let's do this one here together. So once again, we can see that the layers have already been represented on the cardstock base. So we're literally just following their map that they've laid out for us. What I would do though, you know this, right? This is a beautiful cardstock base, and in my opinion, it's a shame for it to be on the back of a card. So what I would do is cut it down the middle, and then I would attach it to a white cardstock base and get 2 card fronts out of this. Yahoo! You could have a lot of fun crafting with that, and that's the same for all of these cards. Okay, so let's put these together. The first thing that I like to kind of keep in mind is that I want the dimensionals to be placed underneath the vellum so that it shows that the vellum is translucent. So what I'm going to do is put on the back side here a little bit of Stampin' Seal, and that's going to go onto the vellum, and then I'm going to put dimensionals hidden from view so they're not exposed through that vellum, so just hiding behind this cardstock layer. I'm using up dimensional sheets. Yay! So that is going to go onto this brown layer here. And then I just should double check here with the instructions before I go confidently here. Oh, they did their stamping just over top of this kind of sun impression here. So let's do that before we get too far ahead of ourselves. And remind me if I forget that there's some embellishments there. So you mean the world to me. What a beautiful saying. So I'm going to pick that up with my clear block. The ink pad that was included with this kit is the Misty Moonlight. So if you have that one in your collection, or you could go, what are the other colors? Do you guys know on these paper pumpkins, if you just look on the back of the instructions, it says coordinating Stampin' Up! Colors. Basic Black, Lost Lagoon, Misty Moonlight, Mossy Meadow, Pecan Pie, and Petal Pink. I don't know where the Petal Pink is. I guess maybe in the distance there. So I'm just going to ink that up. So I'm doing that off camera. Ooh, that's not properly inked up. So pretty. I just love this. You mean the world to me. What a wonderful saying, isn't it? I give this card to so many people in my life. I feel so grateful every day for amazing people in my life. And what a better way to do it, you know, to show your love than a card, because we could write these things in emails, but emails get buried. And what I know about a card from the bottom of my heart, I know that people open it, they hold it, they think about it, And then they put it in a place where it's visible to them. And they keep it for, you know, it might be days, it might be weeks. And if you're me, it might be years. Because I just love holding on to those special sentiments. Isn't this a cool card? So you've got dimensionals under here, dimensionals underneath this layer that is popped up as well. And it's just so, I don't know. When you first look at it, when it's photographed just flat, yeah, it loses its charm. But if you see this card in person, it is really stunningly beautiful. And look at this, I remembered my little embellishments. So let's put those kind of just dotting, almost like bokeh dots, you know, that photography technique when you get those kind of halo lights. Yeah, I love the 3D effect of this. Michelle says it's such a cool card. It is, isn't it? So different. And like I said, these paper pumpkin kits are just so great because really the only stamping is usually the sayings. So you could get this refill kit. You could make a whole bunch of these cards here using all different sayings from your stash. So just reach out to me if you want that. And again, the only other product that I used other than the kit, Moody Palette Glossy Dots. All right, let's put that to the side. And that was our bonus card. Sorry, I should have clarified. If you don't have that one in your kit, it's because it was in the mail for you and you didn't pay for the postage. You used up the special bonus for me, which is that I include postage for our 3 card club projects anywhere in Canada. This card here, there's so many different color combinations. I think you're going to love it. It's so fresh and fun. So let me show you here. This is one of the designs. It's really kind of subtle white embossing for the saying there. So I kind of have to show you like this so that it doesn't wash the color out, but you can see all the texture on that shimmer paper and the beautiful designer series paper as the base. And then actually we're going to use the designer series paper for our tag too. So if you don't have heat embossing, that's okay. If you do have white heat embossing, I think it really will pop on there and really tie the whole card together. You could go with a soft gray ink color and a saying of your choice. That's the only stamping that we're doing on this card. You might also have a version that looks kind of like this. So same sort of saying on there. And then you've got this gold shimmery embossed designer series paper as the base. We've got dry embossing that we did for this shimmery cardstock here. And then I'm going to show you how to make this really fun bow that has 2 loops on each side. It's like a super mega bow. All right. I should show you, I think first of all, so that you understand this designer series paper. So while you're looking for a stamp set, maybe look out of the corner of your eye here. And let me show you this designer series paper because it's truly spectacular. So this is the 12" by 12" piece that kind of, I don't know, opens up the whole, summarizes the whole pack. It really is just a showstopper, isn't it? A fold out card with this, like an accordion fold out card where you can experience the whole rainbow would just be so gorgeous on this. Oh, you know what? My friend Colleen made a card a while back, and she was a little bit crazy to do it. She did a whole bunch of ice cream cones, kind of stacked, or not cones, I guess ice cream scoops stacked on top of each other. Wouldn't that be fun to take a piece of this, have the card open up and have all these different rainbow ice cream scoops coming out? Oh, this piece inspires me so much. I know, right? I am the heart-shaped emoji, a heart-shaped eye emoji right now too. It's so pretty. And they give you 2 sheets of that, but you guys, look at the back side of it. Like, what? Like, this is so gorgeous, right? Oh, I'm obsessed with this. This might be like my favorite paper pack ever. And I'm just like 1 sheet into it. Okay, this one is one of the ones that we used for the card. This one almost has like an iridescent. So there was gold on the previous one, and you can see this one has got lots of like rainbow colors when it flashes in the light. The back side of that one is a really soft and subtle pink pattern. And these are the other two that we're using on this card here. So again, more iridescence on this purple one, and then gold on this orange and pink one. The back sides of those, really fun, right? It's like watercolor without the work. This is a really cool one too. So we've got splatter of gold on there, and then all of these different shapes. And these are like a smaller version of the sheet that we're using for our tags. So the sheet that I cut out with circles here for our tags is just a whole bunch of these that fit into 3" by 3" squares. And I used a circle die to cut these out to make our tags. And I think that they give such a really fun background for our saying, especially for doing that white heat embossing on there. So you've got those in like the 3" by 3" format, and then you also have them in like a smaller format too, with a gold splatter on there. The opportunities, the options, the possibilities are just endless, right? Oh, and I should have shown you the backside. The backside of those cute shapes there is like a holographic little swirl too. So this one's called Splash of Sparkles, 12 by 12. It's in our online exclusive section. It just became available in January. And it's also available in my product share too, in the paper share. So let's fold our cardstock in half. Let's start there because like, oh, my eyes are like sparkled out. Okay, so I'm going to use my paper. Oh my gosh. I have to use this side. I really do because of the sparkle. I mean, this side is also very gorgeous, but when we have the opportunity for something shiny, I can't cover it up. Oh, I didn't realize I'm matching my card here with my purple shirt. This little piece here started out flat. It's just a shimmery piece of cardstock. So this is one that's also in my paper share. Bubble Bath. What is this one called? I just read it out. Bubble Bath, Lemon Lolly, and Pool Party. I don't know why that one, I can never remember that name. And then I used the embossing folder, the Dotted Circles 3D embossing folder. And this is such a deep embossing folder that you really get a lot of texture. I put 5 of them in here at a time and cranked them through. It was a great mass production opportunity. But I was considering, now let me know what you think. This So Swirly embossing folder would have been really pretty too. This one kind of makes me think of like paint swirling on a canvas or something like that. I think that would have been pretty too, but for this time I went with the circle theme. I finished my dimensionals, so now I need to find some more. Oh, look at this. I've got another edge piece that I can finish. I use so many kits in my business, so you'll see me using a lot of dimensionals that are kind of smaller sheets. They're still Stampin' Up, but they come in the kits, so you guys know I use a lot of kits in my business. Just this last weekend alone, I did a crafting event with Mount Moriah Homes. They offer transitional housing for many people who have gone through the foster care system and are now looking at the next phase of their life. And it was so great to craft with them. We did Valentine's cards and it was just a joy. So I went through and then I also had another event this weekend too. So I think I went through maybe even like 25 kits just this weekend alone. So you can only imagine, right? So I'm going to use my Versamark ink. This is a clear, sticky, super sticky ink, and I'm going to use a saying from Creative Haven. This is a new stamp set from our online exclusives, and it has these really big, bold tag shapes, and then in the dies that go along with it, you get the tags to match so that you can cut out that flag shape around your stamped image. I also just use this flag shape here to create this beautiful shimmery cardstock element. You've got lots of coordinating. So this is the arch to go with "You've Got This." This is the oval to go with "Deep Breath." Then you've got some kind of standard tags here, and you've got the little tag slits or circles to go with it. So you can line those up, crank them through with your die cutting machine, and have a tag that already has a hole in there ready to go. And then you've got two standalone dies here that cut out little sprigs. Love that bundle. So the "You're the Best" comes from that one. You're the best. So this is a super sticky clear ink, which doesn't show anything until we start doing some heat embossing. Alrighty, but it's still not done at this point. We need to melt that embossing powder into the paper. And what I know is that I need to get that tray of embossing powder as far away from this blowing heat tool as possible. Otherwise I'll have embossing powder everywhere. So right now it's really grainy looking. It's just powder that's sticking onto the paper because of that super sticky clear ink. But then once we emboss it, and this changes into shiny, like solid shiny, not grainy. It has to be solid shiny. Then it's melted into the paper and it's ready to go. This is my favorite technique. I don't care what color of embossing. You guys know shiny things get me, so the heat embossing with metallics really made me fall in love. But there's just something about white embossing on top of a color, and I just think this tag being like watercolored is just pretty much perfection. So as I put this onto my project, I'm not going to add dimensionals where there already are dimensionals underneath this flag tag. So I'm going to put dimensionals just to even it out, and then I'll put a little bit of Stamp and Seal over here. So Stamp and Seal here, and then I have to kind of line this up. There we go. One down there. I'm just going through all of the sheets here. And then I think that one right there might be too far down. I can move it over. Look at this. I'm doing a thing, you guys. I'm putting the shiny side face down. That's what they call growth. Personal growth and development right there. Like, that won't keep me up at night at all. Okay, so now the next thing that I want to show you is how to make this super duper bow with 2 loops on it and then this little tail coming out. So you could try to tie this in a bow. Boy, that seems like a lot of work. We're going to use this little piece of thread to tie this ribbon into this cute little bow. Let's see if I can do it without my camera washing it out. There you go. Can you see that? Okay, so the first things first, I like to use my, where is it? Tear tape. Oh, I put it away. It was in there nicely, not just thrown on top. All right, I'm going to put a strip of this on here, and I'm going to have it spanning kind of where that tag meets the designer series paper. Okay, then I'm taking the backing off, so I've got that sticky strip, that little tear and tape piece there, and then I'm going to press this little piece of twine into it. That's going to come around and tie the ribbon on top. Then to get the double loop bow, you're just going to have it go back and forth 5 times. And if it doesn't work the first time, then you can just kind of pull these little loops to make them line up so that they're nice. I might pull this end piece out a little bit just so that you can see it a little bit more. Okay, so then that little zigzag is going to be put down here, and then very carefully you're going to tie this up. So you could put mini glue dots or something between all the different layers. You could put some tear and tape on there if you wanted to. I'm going on the fact that I think I can do this. I've done it in the past, and I hope that, you know, on camera I can do it again. You never know. So then I'm going to tie that in a knot and then tie a bow on that. This is when you wish you had like another hand. So if you have someone near you, just get them to bring their finger in like you do when you're wrapping presents. Another good tool to have is these little reverse tweezers. So when you're just not even holding them at all, they're closed and they have tension. So you can use that to kind of hold things together if you want to. This worked out for me, so maybe I should go get a lottery ticket, hey? So I'm going to just make that twine bow a little bit smaller. I'm going to finesse this a little bit so that it spreads out those loops. And then the final finishing touch, to use my scissors to trim off those end pieces into nice, cute little angled pieces. What do you think? Kind of a wow bow, right? Kind of a fun, different technique there. You can fluff this up as much as you want. You might have to fluff it again after you store your ribbon. What do I think about these tails? That actually worked out really well. Normally I would have to cut off one of those, but I think I feel okay about that. One other thing that you can do to make sure that this holds in place is to take a little mini glue dot with your take your pick, kind of fold it up on itself, and you can put this just underneath where that little thread bow goes. Just like that. All right. Before we finish with this card, you guys know I like the bling, so I'm going to put on some bling here at the top and at the bottom to give our beautiful "You're the Best" card with our super fancy bow. I feel like this light, I always argue with it, and every time I'm like, okay, I'm going to turn it on, but who knows how it's going to go. There, I think that's a little bit better. You can see all the texture and the shine on there. It's so pretty, right? So let's just talk a little bit more about where we would find those products. These are nearly all online exclusives now. So just a reminder, we've got our embossing folders, the ones that I use, the dotted circles, but the So Swirly would have looked good as well. I used the Creative Haven stamp set and this great little tag die. I used the pastel shimmer paper, also online exclusive. Splash of Sparkles, online exclusive designer series paper. For the ribbon, I used the sheer ribbon combo pack. I used the Lemon Lolly and Bubble Bath. This is the 𝙧𝙚𝙬 Afternoon, and this is a free gift when you do a minimum purchase of $100 this month. And just a reminder that $100 starting tomorrow is going to give you free shipping as well. So that's a great deal. I love this paper or this ribbon pack. You guys can see the let me open it up here. The silver thread on there, the edging. Can you see that on there too? So pretty. So I used the Versamark. I used circle dies. That was from a little while ago. I hate to say it. And then there's the Easter. That's not true. This is not the Easter assortment. This is, what is this? Good thing I've got a product share here. Oh, they're called Pearlized Faceted Circles. And I think they're included in the mini catalog right now. I must have put a backing sheet from another one, the Easter one, in there. Okay, you guys ready for the next one? This is actually Easter for this next one. So your card is going to look something like this when you take it out of your envelope. And we're going to be making a card that looks like this. So this actually has no stamping on it. Isn't that crazy? But it's got lots of really fun die cuts. We've got a vellum piece here because I'm obsessed with vellum. I'm using it for 3 out of 4 of the cards. This cute little opening, just, I don't know, it feels playful to me. So whether you've got, the lighter designer series paper or the blue designer series paper, I think it's a really fun card layout. And you might have a basket that's pink with some orange that goes across, or the opposite. Let me show you how to put this together. I'm just going to put one of those out there for now. Okay, let's start with our card base, because this I find very grounding to get this out of place, out of the way, I should say. And I go extra heavy with the scoring for something like this, because I like the card to stay as closed as possible. Then we're going to put our designer series paper on. Now this is the one that I was telling you, it kind of feels like waxy. It's glossy. And you guys, I made sure that the pattern lines up. So if this is something that's important to you, then just make sure you're lining up that pattern before you're putting it onto your cardstock base. This is, I think, the Shy Shamrock color. An ink color that's leaving us actually pretty in pink, and what's the orange color called? Do you guys remember? I don't have that first one actually laid on there nicely, but there we go. There's such a small border on these ones that you just have to kind of line it up the best that you can. That worked out well for me. What is this color called? It's right there. You know what I can do is use my paper share, or my product share. Man, this is coming in handy today, isn't it? Because on that pack, the Easter one, Easter Joy, here we go. Peach Pie, Pretty in Pink, Shy Shamrock are all leaving us. These are our ink colors that are leaving us, I think in May. So make sure you get re-inkers for those before they go away. So you might notice that you have quite a few of these little strips. You will only need 3. So if you have more than that, you can just put them to the side or put them in the recycling. I wasn't sure how many I was going to need, but then we decided 3. Kathy and I took a look and we thought 3 is just perfect. So why don't we start going with our basket first? We're going to put this piece to the side, because what we want to do is assemble everything onto this vellum piece here. Look through the back of it and make sure we're putting our adhesive hidden on just the one side that's going to be adhered. Okay, so we're going to put this to the side, put our card base to the side, and we're going to work on our other elements. So when you're threading these through, you can just start weaving them through. I find it works really well to kind of just bend it going back and forth. You wouldn't want to do too many more than this, because it starts to get trickier the kind of thicker the cardstock gets in here. So you can also use your take your pick tool. I'm just bending it and then kind of shoving it through when I've got it bent. There we go. And then I'm going to take that weaving version and then push it way, way, way up to the top. And then I'm going to work on the bottom weave. The top and the bottom weave are going to be the same. So top weave, bottom weave are going to be the same, and it's going to make your life so much easier to do those both at once. And then we'll do the one in the middle afterwards. So just picking up the little piece is hard, but look at how quick this goes through the second time, because you've already got it kind of stacked and bent the way that you want it to be. There we go. And so again, that one we're going to slide down to the bottom and make it go as low as you kind of are able to, because it's just going to make your life easier to do this part here, because now we're needing to bend it going the other way, doing like a lattice weave. All right, get in there, you. I did this last night and I was able to do it a lot easier. So let me just see. There we go. Get it started at least. There we go. Sometimes it's like I can do something until the camera is on And I feel like it's also because I am crafting so far away from my body right now. I'm kind of a foot away from my, otherwise I'd be knocking my head on the camera the whole time. So you have to just excuse my little bit of uncoordination. Okay, so now I've got this woven. So we've got the top one and the bottom one match, and then the middle one is the different one. On the back side, I'm going to use some tear and tape. And I'm just making sure to go over both of those different layers. So I'm catching some of each of those. You can put a third one in the middle if you wanted to. Now that I've got that stuck in place, I can use my scissors to snip off the excess. There we go. I love this cute little Easter basket. It's adorable, isn't it? So now that I've got that base, I can put some tear and tape up at the top, which is going to hold on my little bit of grass that is poking out from the top of the Easter basket. So I can pull the backing off of that, and I can actually pull the backing off of all these pieces. So I'm just going to stick the grass on, and then I'm going to glue this onto my vellum piece like this. And then just to affix this top part here, I'm going to put a glue dot underneath there. So again, I'm doing my technique of rolling it up and sticking it underneath where this basket handle attaches. Now I can use my little eggs here to fit them inside there. You might have a little bit of fussy cutting to do. There is a die for this, but can you imagine how many die cut pieces that would be out of this sheet of designer series paper? Oh my goodness, right? So thanks for sharing the workload a little bit. If it's stressing you out, really only half of the Easter egg has to look good. The bottom half that gets tucked behind can look really nasty. So if you mess up on one side, that's okay too. So on the back side here, let's put some adhesive. Whoops. There we go. And I'm just tucking them on the one side. And I'm going to put the bow on the other side. Cute. The bow can go on with a mini dimensional. Do you guys use mini dimensionals much? I like using them certain applications, but I find generally I like the larger size just for ease of use as well. So now we've got our little basket, and we're going to put that onto our cardstock base. For this, we want to be thoughtful with our application. We don't want to put anything on this side because that would glue our card shut. So what I like to do is flip this over so then I know exactly which half I'm putting things on. And just being aware that anything that we put on the back side of this is going to show through the vellum to the front. So we want to hide our adhesives right behind where we've got paper already. So I've got one on the other side of that bow, like on the back side of the bow, and then on the back side of the basket. Vellum is one of my favorite things to use because it just softens any of the colors that are on your project. So it doesn't introduce a new color, it just softens it. But you still get to see all the fun pattern, and then when you open up the card you get to see even more of the pattern without it fighting with the embellishments that we put on the front. Speaking of embellishments, you guys know I'm a 3 embellishment kind of a person, and I've got 2 little Easter eggs that have cute designs on them, and a little sprinkle for you to put on there. Cute, right? That's a really fun, playful Easter card. And you could go, you know, with a saying for the inside. You can go quite religious. You can go more the spring route. It's totally up to you. These ones come from our mini catalog. And on the page 35, that's where we'll find this Easter Joy bundle. So the Easter basket bundle, I used the dies, and I didn't use any of the stamps actually, but look at these stamps, you guys. Look at those bunnies. They're so cute. And then you've got all the other little embellishments like that bunny there. It just about kills me. Then you've got the dies to go along with it. So you've got dies to cut out all of the bunnies. There's the bunny there. The little tulip, the carrot, the chick, and the egg here. So all of our stamped pieces, including the flowers too. And then you also have these standalone dies. So I didn't use this one here. This is flowers with a little stem, and it has embossing on there. The ones that I did use down here at the bottom, this Easter basket, the grass to go in it, the stripes to weave through the bow, and then this is an extra piece too that you can put on as like a scalloped border on your basket. Really cute, right? I love it when they include dies that coordinate with the stamp and dies that coordinate with nothing that you can use on their own. So fun. Also from this suite, we didn't use it, but there's a gingham blue ribbon. There's some more metallic paper. This is the paper pack that we did use though. This is called Easter Joy. So again, we've got these beautiful metallic foils. Let's see, can you see some of like the stripes and the dots are metallic. This is a really fun stripy pattern. And then we've got this cute little repeating pattern. This is a really fun sheet too. So this is 12 inch by 12 inch, and then you've got these card front layers that you can put on there, and you can see the metallic elements on there as well. You see that? The back sides of these are really great, kind of neutral, almost monochromatic. You've got beiges and greens. A really fun pack of paper for a really fun time of year for the kids, and then also a time of year with lots of reflection, of course, with their celebrating the miracle of Easter. We also have a die pack here that I used last month. Do you remember that card that we folded out and it had those beautiful die shapes on there? This is the largest one from that die pack. Last month we used the next two largest, and then they have them all the way down into a very nice little saying size. So you can do a lot with these. You can just see I use a lot of washi tape whenever I die cut, so sometimes they just end up being stored like that. So this is from a bundle called Beautifully Celebrated. Oh, and I think I pulled out, did I? Didn't I? I didn't. The set that goes along with it. Let's just see if I can find it really quickly. Beautifully Celebrated. You guys use this all the time. Page 25. I just love a catalog. I know there's benefits to shopping online. Oh, I should take you through sometime the virtual catalog that we have, because this might change you forever. Have you done the interactive one? You guys, it's incredible. So you open up this, it's not a PDF. It's like an interactive version. You can zoom in on the pages. When you click on the, press on the item, it takes you to the online store where you can see that item in more detail. So it's a way of marrying the catalog with the online store. So I know I'm a catalog girly. I know many of you are as well. And so try it out. It's just incredible. It's going to be a game changer for you. Like if you've kind of struggled with falling in love with online exclusive items because you can't really see it like in use or like on a page spread out like this, take a look at the online catalog, that interactive one. And if you want a link, I can send you the link too. Just comment virtual catalog and I'll send it to you, okay? This is the beautifully celebrated stamp set that goes along with the dies. So pretty. Okay, on to our last card. You guys, we're just motoring through, aren't we? We're going to finish early tonight. I thought we were going to. Okay, our last one is very monochromatic, and it's like one of my favorite colors and color combinations that we have now with our new in colors. So this is our cloud cover in color, and paired with Secret Sea is one of my absolute favorites. This card is full of texture and vellum, and just be careful because there is a little dot of a J that might be floating around in your envelope. So make sure you get all of the bits and pieces. You guys, I tried so hard to get that little dot of the J in there for you. So if you don't have it, don't fret, because you do have an E that has a little dot in there, 2 E's actually. And even this little B has a little dot that you can use. So if you can find the dot for the J, you get bonus points though, if that's such a thing. Okay, this is the finished card. Oh, I love this. This is like a floating vellum layer technique, and it's going on top of the tone on tone. So we've got the cloud cover cardstock base, cloud cover embossed piece over top. Then we're going to put a piece of vellum, which attaches this designer series paper that was 3 inches by 3 inches square and then was cut into 4 pieces so that the pattern continues through that. And then in behind these gorgeous die pieces, we're going to put a little vellum halo as well. And then this ribbon is just the icing on the cake, the most beautiful icing on the cake. Cloud cover, and they call it textured ribbon. Oh, so pretty. Has my heart. So let's start making this project. Oh, and you might have a different color scheme. Actually, I should show you both the color schemes. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, look at the light. Look at the light, right? Okay, so you might have the green color scheme, green and white, or you might have this one, which is petal pink. Petal pink. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just keep looking at these product shares. I'm not trying to do this even. So let's see here. Petal Pink, Secret Sea, Old Olive Crumb Cake, cloud cover. Like the most handy document that you have. Because the embellishments, I don't know if you've noticed, Stampin' Up's not putting the names of the colors on the embellishments anymore. We've been shouting from the rooftop, so maybe they'll change this in the future, but I sure hope so. It is really helpful to know the colors that you're working with, but if you can't know it for certain, then get the product shares from me and then you'll have it forever, right? Okay, this piece of ribbon is very, very long. We need to use it in 2 pieces. We're going to take one piece that's long enough to wrap around, so it's the width of the card plus about 1 centimeter. And then the other piece here is going to be tied around this afterwards to make this little knot bow, okay? I'm going maybe about 3/4 of an inch or about just over 1 centimeter above the bottom. And I'm going to glue this on. I'm not putting glue right all the way across because I want to have this open to tie this around afterwards and do my sneaky little knot. On the back side, we've got this little wraparound, just like this. And I'm going to put my little bit of insurance on there, my tear and tape. I'm not using this as an actual double-sided adhesive right now. This is just holding on my ribbon to make sure it doesn't slide off. Then I'll do some dimensionals. I'm going to put more on this than normal. You'll notice this is so heavily textured. This is a new 3D embossing folder, and some people are having some troubles with it, and I'm grateful that I'm a part of a community of crafters that really likes to share helpful hints. So before I even wrecked one sheet of paper by embossing it when it was dry, I read that this is one where you need to spritz the paper with water. So before embossing, all you do is just take a little spritzer, put some water in it, spritz the paper, and then you can use this textured embossing folder without it compromising the stability of the paper and maybe even tearing through the paper in some places. But this is our new Lovely Stripes embossing folder. Okay, let's get these dimensionals on here. So like I said, I'm putting on a little bit more than normal just because it's a little bit wavier than normal. Once you store this for a little bit, it'll flatten right out. Okay, so we've got this. We're going to put it onto our cardstock base, making sure that our card is opening the proper way. You'll also notice that the dimension here has shrunk down a little bit. Vertically it should be fine, but you might have a little bit of a bigger border. It might not match exactly perfectly because this sheet has been embossed so much. There we go. So now we've got this piece done. I'm going to tie this around afterwards, so I'm just going to put that to the side for now. Let's work on our vellum piece to create our floating designer series paper. So like I said, this is a repeating pattern, like a continuous pattern here. Not repeating, continuous. And so you just have to figure out which way it all comes together. There we go. And then we're going to flip that over. So once we flip it over here, we can put some Stampin' Seal on here. The dimensionals are going to be added underneath the vellum. So the vellum is kind of holding this in place. And I'm going to use my grid and know that I'm going to go 2 little squares, which is 1/2 inch lower and higher than this. So it's just centered on here. This dimension here doesn't matter so much. It's going to be different than the other side. So just make it a dimension and then you can stick with it. So using my little grid here, making sure that that's going to line up perfectly. If you don't have grid paper or our glass mat, treat yourself. Your future self will love crafting with grid paper behind. It is just one of my favorite tools for so many different things. But glass mat, this is an excellent purchase, especially during free shipping. So it comes with this little silicone mat that comes on top. I use it for keeping all my embellishments in place, but you can also fit little Stampin' spots in there. Let me show you. It's like perfect little size, and so you can have those, you can slit off the other side and have them open so that you can actually just stamp and have them held in place. You can mix up colors with water painters in this little palette. It comes with, doesn't come with this case, but it comes with this little simple chamois that you can use to clean off your glass mat. And it has handy dandy little corners which you can put on and off if you're traveling, if you're going to crops or things like that. And you can even bring your glass mat and not worry about it shattering because the corners are saved and secured. So a great purchase. I get the most gorgeous stamped images that I've ever had on this glass mat. And that's even including this table underneath. All right. Oh, I missed one. There we go. Look at me using dimensionals like a crazy person, hey? So now I've got my nice repeating pattern. I've got my dimensionals, which are holding on the vellum, and also the designer series paper so that I don't have it sagging down. And then I'm just going to put it kind of overlapping a little bit of the ribbon. I like the ribbon showing through the designer series paper. And now I can do my little tie. So pretty, isn't it? This ribbon is got this gorgeous shimmer. And sometimes you just have to massage your bow or your tie. And then snip off the ends there. This ribbon is one of my favorite that they've ever released. We were reminiscing, my friend Colleen and I, who are both 80s babies, and we were like, I think I had like a dress in this material when I was a kid. Do you guys know what this material is called? I know it's like polyester, but I just remember that so vividly. And I feel like it had like a white kind of frilly apron, like bib kind of thing. I'm not using the right words, I don't think. Can you guys picture it though? Because this is a very vivid thing. I'm just peeling off these words here from their adhesive backing, and you're welcome. I just love this adhesive backing. It is an extra step for me when I'm prepping your projects, but for this part, it's just a game changer. So if you peel off that adhesive backing, now this die cut piece, which could have just been a piece of paper that we die cut and then had to glue on with the Tombow glue, but now it's a sticker. The entire thing is a sticker. So you just lay it on top of the vellum piece that's like a halo cutout, and then you can put that on there. Beautiful, right? And then your next step is to find that little J dot, if you care to find it. I did include it just for you, but you can put that on there too. And if you don't have that J dot, just pluck one of these little dots out of the because. So this is 2 different dies. And like I said, what I did first was stick the adhesive backing, this piece here, onto the paper. This is included in my adhesive starter sampler pack too. So if you've never played with this, I recommend trying it out, because for me it's just a game changer. Now I don't have to worry about parts of this lifting up because I know the entire thing is sticky. And then I just take that and put it on the because. It's also easy to get out the little bits and pieces because you can just adhesive them onto your finger or onto a scrap piece of paper. I'm always crafting with like something stuck to my fingers, I feel like a dimensional, an embellishment that I'm about to put on. There we go. So pretty. Oh, get that little piece off there. So I stuck that adhesive backing onto the dark Secrecy paper, and then I used the dies to cut it out. The dies are from this Words of Beauty bundle. The stamp set includes Just Because, which you can then use with the die pack, but it also includes a whole bunch of other sayings. So the tags in this are sized to fit these other sayings, and then you also have 3 dies for each word. I've only used 2 on our project here. I've used the most detailed one and then the biggest outline one. There's actually another die that would add another layer in between the 2 that you have there. So you can really take this up a notch. This middle die also is the one that would cut out the saying, or the stamped saying best. So you have that for Just and also Because as well. 3 dies for each of those. The other one's in there. Just Because is a great reason to give a stamp or a card too, isn't it? Okay, we're going to put this on. I just use Stampin' Seal because it can be hidden in behind these words. to line it up, I put the because kind of along the bottom, just kind of covering the little bit of vellum that pokes through there and softening that. And then I'm putting the just over here to kind of cover the edge there too. I don't know, my brain just likes that. So just because, final finishing touch, let's put on some of our embellishments. These are the first ones that we used on our paper pumpkin card, our bonus card project. And they work perfectly with the color scheme of this one too. So you might have the secret C dots, you might have white dots, you might even have the old olive dots. But I just love this card. I think it's so beautiful. So calming in its color scheme, but a lot of detail going on too. So I already showed you the bundle that I use. This is the designer series paper that I use. Again, it's from an online exclusive. It has this one sheet where you get a whole bunch of different card fronts and patterns and layers that you can do. This is a little bit of a different paper pack because instead of getting many different designs, you actually just get 4 designs and you get 3 sheets of each of them. So you get this pattern here too, this pattern. Sorry, I don't have the back sides of those, but I showed you in the beginning if you want to go back to when I went through the paper shares. And then these ones here on the back, really nice, calming, soothing crumb cake and cloud cover colors. The other part are these adhesive sheets. They are 6 inches by 12 inches. You can cut them down to whatever sheet that you're using. You can put it on designer series paper. You can put it on cardstock. You can turn anything into a sticker. We've also got the Moody Palette glossy dots. Underneath here at the top there are white ones, a strip of white ones. So you get the white, Secret C, Old Olive, Secret C, Cloud Cover, Old Olive. And then, last but not least, the Cloud Cover ribbon. Again, it's just called textured ribbon. So now is my most important question of the night. What's your favorite card that we made here? So let's put these ones in as well. So did you like our paper pumpkin, and did that make you imagine that you were in the mountains in Kananaskis maybe, or the rolling hills of southern Alberta? Or did you like this really playful and light colored but lots of textured You're the Best card? Did you like our fun little Easter basket, the cute little fun fold there? Or did you like Just Because with all the texture and the calming, soothing colors? Please comment. I love hearing what you love because it just inspires me to craft and to make more of different designs. You guys can see I really like playing around with different styles. So I always include something that's a little bit more cutesy, something that's a little bit more elegant, because I feel like no matter what our style is, it's also matters about the person that you're giving it to, right? So when I'm making a card, sometimes I have someone in mind, but for the most part, when I'm making a card, I'm making it to kind of put it into my card box, and so it's going to be the perfect card for the perfect occasion when I need it. That's just how it works with me sometimes. So I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. It means so much that you're joining me live or watching the replay. Please, again, reach out. If you haven't got these card supplies, just reach out to me and you can purchase this prepped class ready for you. It can be shipped anywhere across Canada. I would love to craft with you again very, very soon. Take care.